Tesla stock at the time of recording this video is up about 3.6%. This is a huge reversal from the lows of the day today, where Tesla was down multiple percentage points following the delivery number. Well, as I explained, it's not really about the delivery number for Tesla. It's about what's coming next. And, well, we have good news on that front. It was really this big news that caused Tesla to materially turn around and go positive today. It was actually this headline that came out around 11:30 in the morning that says Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon, according to, or reported by, Politico. So Elon stepping back, gonna focus on Tesla more, should have less protest, less political affiliation, which should be at least somewhat positive for Tesla's demand. I don't see how that could hurt Tesla's demand, in other words. Now, coming at a time where Tesla, it has a lot of fear in the stock, this is seen as a big positive catalyst. But the big news of the day today for Tesla specifically, in terms of actual news, not just rumors, is Tesla's deliveries. Tesla delivered 336,681 vehicles in Q1. Wall Street was expecting 377,000, with total Q1 production that was 362,615. Tesla also announced they deployed 10.4 gigawatt hours of energy storage in the quarter, up 156% year over year. Now, Wall Street was way off on the delivery estimate. I had an estimate of 335,000. We were very, very close. The closest estimate on Wall Street by far here on this channel. Well, again, it's not really about the delivery number. It's about what Tesla, says about the number. It's about guidance for Q2, in which Tesla did provide a little bit of a statement here. They say, quote, "While the changeover of Model Y lines across all 4 of our factories led to the loss of several weeks of production in Q1, the ramp of the new Model Y continues to go well." So they didn't say that they're back to full potential, essentially. They said it's going well, which I think, again, with the stock down this much, is enough to be a positive catalyst. I was hoping to get a little bit more bullish of a statement to say that essentially things are back to, Q4 2024 production levels, right? We didn't get that, but I think it's enough to be positive. Following these delivery numbers, we have some of your main analysts that cover Tesla speaking out about this. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives says this, quote, "We remain firmly bullish on the long-term Tesla story, but Musk needs to get his act together or else, unfortunately, darker times are ahead for Tesla." Wedbush's Dan Ives reiterated an outperform rating and $550 price target on Tesla. The analyst comments, quote, "Autonomous remains the biggest transformation to the auto industry in modern day history, and in our view, Tesla will own the autonomous market in the US and globally, with the launch of unsupervised FSD in Austin, kicking off the autonomous era at Tesla that we value at $1 trillion alone on a sum of the parts valuation. But Musk needs to stop his political firestorm and balance being CEO of Tesla with Doge. The future is so bright, but this is a full-blown crisis Tesla is navigating now, and it's primarily self-inflicted." Dan Ives went on to say that these delivery numbers today were a disaster, which I think that's a pretty strong statement in reality, because why were they weak? It's not because of demand, it's because of production. So I actually don't agree with Dan Ives' view here. I don't think the political affiliation is nearly as big of a problem for Tesla. Either way this thing goes, whether he stays at Doge or comes back to Tesla. Obviously, again, if he comes back to Tesla, that's better than not. But if he doesn't, then I don't think that matters, if that makes sense. Morgan Stanley's Adam Jonas believes Tesla's sentiment could have just bottomed after Tesla's Q1 delivery report. He says, quote, "We believe the challenges facing Tesla's current business are widely reported and well known, while the opportunities in the future business are potentially greatly underestimated." That's something we've said on this channel for a while now. RBC analyst Tom Narian said that the weak quarter was mostly expected, though he was surprised that March deliveries didn't benefit from buyers rushing to order ahead of possible U.S. tariffs, which are expected to be announced later today at 4 p.m. In addition, Hargreaves Lansdowne's Matt Brisman said that there is no way to spin the numbers positively and pointed out that while a year-over-year drop was expected, the size of the decline caught many off guard. Looking forward, Future Fund Active ETF co-founder and Tesla shareholder Gary Black said the disappointing report will likely force analysts to lower their full year 2025 delivery and earnings estimates. That could further hurt Tesla's valuation, which many already view as high. Unsurprisingly, Barclays echoed this concern by warning that the weak Q1 sets up a difficult road ahead, while Oppenheimer said it will stay cautious on the stock. This is such an opportunity if we don't go into a recession, because basically all of your major firms, they've already slashed their estimates for Tesla. They've already took down their full year delivery numbers, like JP Morgan, like Adam Jonas, for instance. They were expecting around 2 million deliveries, a little bit more than that. They're now down to like 1.6 million, 200,000, less than what you had in 2024. There's room for upside surprises now. Again, when you switch all of your factories to a new vehicle model and start to re-ramp that, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. Tesla does not have this demand problem. They have a production problem at the current moment. We just seen in China, one of the best weeks ever for Tesla deliveries. In Korea, they're like shutting down the mall with the amount of people that are waiting in lines. It's taking hours to get into a Tesla showroom. Same is true in California, where literally the protests are happening. I shared the video with you like 2 days ago. Well, it's taking like 2-3 hours to just get into the showroom because demand is so strong. That's what we're going to see in Q2. So sure, we all knew Q1 was going to be bad. I expected 335,000 deliveries. We came in a little bit higher than my expectations. This is well known. And that's why Tesla is actually moving higher today, partly on the delivery numbers. Because, again, expectations are that next quarter will be better than Q1. Again, don't let me fool you here. Part of a big reason, a majority of the reason why Tesla is moving higher, I would say, is again this news that President Trump has reportedly told his inner circle, including the members of his cabinet, that Elon Musk will be stepping back in the coming weeks from his current role as government employee, according to Politico. The president remains pleased with Musk and his Doge initiative, according to 3 Trump insiders, but both men have decided in recent days that it will be soon time for Musk to return to his businesses and take on a supporting role. One senior administration official said Musk is likely to retain an informal role as an advisor and continue to be an occasional face around the White House grounds. So he's not leaving forever. He's just not going to be there day in, day out running the Doge operations. And again, remember this, Tesla is supposed to start production of more affordable vehicle models this quarter, according to their most recent earnings report. Quote, plans for new vehicles, including more affordable models, remain on track for the start of production in the first half of 2025. These vehicles will utilize aspects of the next generation platform as well as aspects of our current platforms and will be produced on the same manufacturing lines as our current vehicle lineup. This is another catalyst that I don't think Wall Street is paying any attention to. And once, Tesla actually announces they're starting production of the cheaper, lower priced Teslas, all these analysts cutting delivery targets and getting bearish on Tesla, I think are going to be slapped in the face. So as long as broader markets don't collapse here with tariffs or the economic data or recession fears, I think Tesla's set up to do very well here. And I think Adam Jonas is right. Sentiment has hit a low for Tesla. Sentiment's going to get better. Expectations are going to get better, and that's going to lead to Tesla stock moving higher again. And again, just to kind of put the energy storage deployment into perspective, this was the second best quarter ever for Tesla, Q4 2024. So last quarter was the best quarter for Tesla. But the new Megapack factory in Shanghai only started ramping production in the middle of the quarter. So we're going to expect that, let's say, next quarter could be a new record. We'll have to see. Tesla Korea has started taking orders for the new non-launch series Model Y with prices that start at $36,000 for the rear-wheel drive and $43,000 US for the long-range all-wheel drive. And Sawyer Merritt has confirmed that non-launch series Tesla Model Y test drives have officially begun in the US. And rankings from China for March 2025 suggest that Tesla China was able to sell 43,370 new Model Y units during the month. This effectively made the revamped all-electric crossover the country's best-selling battery electric vehicle by volume. So again, so much for those demand concerns. And look at that. Tesla stock now at the time of recording this video is up 5.2% on the day today. But keep in mind, we are going to get that tariff announcement at 4 p.m. after the markets close. And that could really go either way. I mean, that could be a short-term positive catalyst if our expectations are too bearish, or that could be a short-term negative catalyst for markets as well if expectations are overly optimistic for a lower than expected tariff amount. It could really go either way. So I think tomorrow could be a big day, a big good day for markets and for Tesla, or it could be a really bad day. And we'll just have to see what happens. Unfortunately, 5% is great, but if markets sell off tomorrow via this tariff announcement coming at 4 p.m., it's not going to matter. Tesla is going to get sold off as well. But all things equal, I think Elon stepping back from Doge is a catalyst that can keep showing love for a couple of days at least. I don't think 5% prices in the reality of expectations for what that can do for Tesla, right? I don't think it's that impactful for Tesla's business, but people on Wall Street do. People on Wall Street think Elon is the problem at Tesla right now and with Tesla deliveries. I mean, whatever. I don't. But with that narrative, this is a much bigger catalyst than even I think it to be. Wouldn't surprise me if we have a couple more really good days like this over the next couple of days. I will also mention that Tesla is back above this uptrending trend line here. And that's a good sign. If you can get above that 200-day moving average, that's even better. Your 200-day moving average is at $288. Tesla's at $282. If you get above that, you kind of pave the way for a move back into the 300s. 310 is the first level to watch, besides obviously the round number of 300. That could be a little bit of resistance as well. Your 50-day moving average is at 313. And then if you get above that, 325 could be a big level, but really you could rise to 350. That could be the next big significant level where Tesla could soon hit. Dan Ives says that Musk's involvement in government is a $100 overhang for Tesla's stock, which again, I don't think it should be, but I think that's probably correct, right? Elon steps back from Tesla could probably go up $100, which at this point would put the stock back to about $380 per share. Now, it's also being reported that Amazon is said to make a bid to buy TikTok in the US. Yesterday, there was an announcement that BlackRock is potentially making a bid as well alongside Oracle. So there's quite a few companies here that are bidding for TikTok. And CNBC's Faber says the TikTok decision could come as soon as today. Also kind of a big headline today, France's foreign minister says if a deal can't be reached with Iran, then a military confrontation seems to be almost inevitable. And the France foreign minister says the window of opportunity for nuclear agreement with Iran is narrow. So this is something that's kind of brewing in the background that could affect the markets at some point. We do want to be kind of looking out for this. Mexico's President Sheinbaum says we will not impose tit-for-tat tariffs. And Mexico's President Sheinbaum says she spoke with Canada's Prime Minister Carney about strengthening the trade deal. And the EU is planning emergency measures to guard the economy from Trump's tariffs. Now, option activity today for Tesla seems to be pretty good. You have 195 different trades totaling $93.62 million with a positive order value of 69%. So pretty good day nonetheless. In terms of what short sellers are doing, it looks like about 464,000 shares are being sold short. Not a huge shocker considering the data that we got today and the fact that Tesla's up 5.5%. But again, if reciprocal tariffs are not a disaster for the markets and actually taken as positive, I think Tesla is going to explode higher from here. And I think most of you would probably agree with that. Let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. I know we threw a lot at you, and we will cover reciprocal tariffs in the next video coming out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I do think it's a big deal for Tesla, specifically for autos, but really just for broader market sentiment. I think Tesla has all of the firepower at this point it needs to move materially higher, well into the 300s, but the biggest potential roadblock could be reciprocal tariffs and how the markets take that. So we'll break it all down in the next video coming out at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.